Count on.
A man was arrested for a deadly DUI that killed a 22-year-old and hurt another man who were walking in Jacks Beach. Yeah, this surveillance video shows what police say was coming toward Bryn Turner and Julio Gomez on July 11th. Police say the suspect had a blood alcohol content almost 3 times the legal limit. I'm Tanika Hughes.
I'm John Bachman. Action News Jack's Russell Colburn is live at the scene of this crash. And Russell, today you learned the suspect was drinking with customers while bartending before he got into his car.
But we're not naming that bar because police tell me it is not the subject of a criminal investigation. We're joining you from 7th Avenue North and 2nd Street here in Jacks Beach. This is where police say the victims were walking at the time. In a newly obtained arrest warrant, officers say Lovingood was doing between 56 and 71 in this 25-mile-per-hour zone. Surveillance video from the moments after police say Joshua Lovingood hit Bryn Turner and Julio Gomez in Jacksonville Beach in July. The car is a blur as it takes out trash cans, hits a stop sign and this tree, and flips.
He had no respect for life, for his or for anyone's.
Emily Hoffman lives nearby. She heard the commotion and rushed to call 911, finding Gomez in her yard and Turner motionless in the street.
I ran down the street. There was glass everywhere, pieces of car everywhere, garbage everywhere, and body parts.
Officers say Turner was dragged nearly 100 yards and died, while Gomez is recovering from broken bones and fractures. Action News Jack spoke with him on the phone Thursday, and he said he's doing much better. Also Thursday, police announced Lovingood had been arrested in Ohio. They say a blood draw on the scene that night revealed he was nearly 3 times over the legal limit. Officers are working to bring the 32-year-old back here to face charges for vehicular homicide, DUI manslaughter, and more charges.
I think he deserves to spend life in jail.
3 months later, almost to the day, Hoffman can now begin to move on.
It's a big relief. I'm glad that the justice is finally being served.
Lovingood's license was revoked at the time as a habitual traffic offender. He has 2 previous DUIs and more than a dozen Duval County traffic tickets on his record. And within the last half hour, we received a statement from Gomez's attorney. They said in part they plan to seek all civil claims available under the law. Live in Jacks Beach, Russell Colburn, CBS 47 Action News Jacks.
And Action News Jacks has learned the surviving victim in the crash is well known in our local arts and fashion scene. Julio Gomez is a public relations and branding expert, and he was recently named in the 30 Under 30 by Buzz magazine. He's also on the board of directors for the Cultural Center at Ponte Vedra Beach.
The driver was originally named a suspect the night of the crash. At that time, police told Action News Jax they suspected alcohol and speed played a factor. Today, we asked our Action News Jax law and safety expert why it took so long to make an arrest.
That's typical of cases where there's a severe accident and someone is not able to perform a field sobriety test or blow into an intoxilizer. So what happened here isn't that unusual.
CARSON also says once investigators tested his blood for alcohol, those results can take months to get back.
And we learned today that Lovingood's blood alcohol content was 0.228, nearly 3 times the legal limit of 0.08. And we found this chart here from Aware, Awake, Alive. And so it says for a person who weighs 175 pounds like Lovingood, it would take more than 10 drinks to get to that blood alcohol level. As that blood alcohol content increases, so does impairment. At 0.15, the equivalent of a half pint of whiskey in the bloodstream, movement is impaired. At around 0.2, where police say Lovingood registered, blackouts began. Now, any higher than 0.3, many people lose consciousness. As this case develops, we'll continue to update you, hear from more witnesses, and rewatch that surveillance video on the free Action News Jax mobile app.